I still really want to watch this video of Majority Report making fun of Tim Pool. Like this, I have to. I have to.
This is a tough business.
What I do? You look very unhappy with me right now.
I just think that what you did to Tim Pool was mean.
Okay.
And look at how you've hurt his feelings.
She was offered a tour, sushi, and poker with the boys.
Like, it's one thing, but look at how sad he's become now. How none of it is worth it for him anymore. He could be making millions. Instead, he's making millions and having to work a little.
Do harder work.
This is a clip of Tim Pool, I guess from just the other day.
Do we know who this guy is?
Which one?
I'm so sorry to be the person to say this, but I don't feel like Tim Pool would ever recommend a good sushi place. I'm not sure exactly what it is about him, but I feel like that sushi, that shit's gonna be some fucking gas station rank ass gutworm type sushi. He seems like the type.
This guy we're looking at.
This is Phil LeBon. He's a Tim Cass guy. He's actually, funnily enough, a singer of an emo band called All That
Oh,
Remains. Yeah.
right. He's All That Remains Flunky. I got you.
I don't even know what that means, but is he responsible for the video where Tim Pool is like running with his sunglasses on through
He might actually be related
saving
to
the world?
music
I bet he
project.
corresponds with Phil for his music. He's got Phil's a real musician.
Okay, so Tim's upset. I'm sorry to hear.
Yeah, how to best set this up?
Tim Pool is upset because something happened on the show yesterday, and he's calling out the guy who made it happen.
And he's reassessing his career.
His
trajectory.
diarrhea?
No, different.
Oh, that was something else.
No, this is sort of verbal diarrhea.
Might do if they get in charge
This
of
is
the
what I've
government
heard
while they're.
from my lefty friends.
What?
You know, is like
I think it's only fair that I don't take the heat for what you said, Jesse, and I'm not trying to be a dick, but I'm getting people attacking my character now for having had to take the show down because you made 2 allusions to killing people. So I'm not trying to be a dick right now, but like I've got 500 messages of like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you taking the show down? Are you fucking with us? You're trying to make money.
So I thought YouTube took the show down.
No, I had to take the show down.
Okay.
I had to take the show down because you made 2 allusions within like the span of a couple minutes to murdering people.
Okay.
After I explicitly stated in the pre-show, do not make allusions to violence. Then went on to explain, we keep having people come here and saying they want people killed or people should kill people or they can be killed or things like that. 18 minutes into the show, you had
You're not having real
conversations.
Pause it for 1 second. I want you to go back just about 10 seconds, 15 seconds, but I think if you find yourself saying, we keep having people come on the show who are making allusions to killing people or having other people killed and killing and murdering and killing and fighting and killing, I feel like if you say those words about your show, you may need a deeper dive into it.
This is my favorite thing about conservatards. They love to call the left crazy. Meanwhile, they are actively genocidal, violent, murderous raging all the time. Like the bloodlust that exists on the right. On the left, it's like, hey, I think people should have access to health care. And on the right, it's like, I think women who get abortions should fucking die. It's like, oh. Okay. That doesn't seem very normal. That seems a little unhinged, man. That's a little crazy that you think that. Huh? I'm pro-life. That's why I'm taking yours. And that's also how I feel about the death penalty, too. It's like on the conservatard side, they'll be like, I hate big government. We need to do everything we can to stop big government. Yes, I think that the state should be able to execute anyone if it thinks they committed a crime. Yes, I think the death penalty is good. And I think the state being allowed to kill you is good. Yes. Mm-hmm. Sir, I need you to look into a mirror, okay? I really, really need you to do that just immediately, as soon as you can. Please. Dude, Tim Pool... I think Tim Pool would become normal. Okay. If he did some acid and he tried pegging. I feel like those two things, if those two things happened to him, he would realize how much he was missing out on in life and he would question everything. Maybe not at the same time. That sounds like it would be really, really, really scary, actually. But I think if he experienced it, he'd be like, dude, I've been missing out on so much. What else am I wrong about? You know? And then I think if that doesn't work, we should force him to work a minimum wage job for the rest of his life.
But apparently not. It's everybody else's fault, and this is some.
And he's not even mad about the killing people so far. He's mad he had to take the.
You just made me question what I'm missing out on. Listen, bro, I subscribe to a policy of I'll try anything once. All right. Outside of some exceptions, of course. Can't knock it if you don't try it, man. All right. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not the one who placed the prostate in there. That wasn't me, man. Okay? That wasn't me.
Showdown, and then he's pissed off his fans.
Yeah, he pissed off my fans. I got to do this, or we're going to get demonetized.
And the funny thing is, it's not just YouTube. But go ahead, Bradley.
Good.
To murdering people.
Okay.
After I explicitly stated in the pre-show, do not make allusions to violence. Then went on to explain, we keep having people come here and saying they want people killed, or people should kill people, or they can be killed, or things like that. 18 minutes into the show, you had made two allusions to, one was the helicopter thrown over the Pacific Ocean. That's kind of like a, fuck, we're gonna get hit for that probably, but you know, we'll see what happens. But then you said you can go kill the human smugglers for all I care, and it's just like, that's it. Like, it's not a YouTube thing. It's Rumble would take us down for this. I've had the conversations with Rumble about it. And so it's a question of
free speech
for the people who are right now who are slamming me, claiming that it's a big news day and I intentionally took the show down for fake reasons to make money. No matter what platform we're on, that show would be removed. Okay. And we would face legal liability.
Pause it for 1 second.
So,
I just want to make it clear. Yes.
See, this is why the left is best. Okay? And we stick to, speed dialing Mao because of our opinions on landlords. Okay? I'm going to be honest, man. If you're a landlord and you own, honestly, I'll be generous, okay? I'll be very generous, all right? If you're someone who owns like a townhouse or like a multi-family house, and you don't need the whole house and you sublet or you rent out the bottom floor or the top floor or whatever, I think that that's fine. At the end of the day, you bought that property because you wanted the property. You're not interested in going and buying more properties. I think that that's fine. I really don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I think once you're at 5 properties, maybe go get a job. Maybe contribute to society. Maybe. I'm renting with a guy who owns the place and rents out. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm willing to be understanding. Okay? If you're just someone who likes to live within your means and you're like, I really don't need this entire fucking townhouse. I'll just rent out my spare rooms. I really don't need this space. And you're charging a fair wage fair price and everything. It's not like this insane marketed price. At the end of the day, you're living in that residence. You bought that residence for you, and you just happen to have this extra space that you kind of don't need. If you're buying properties that you will never live in and have no interest in living in them, I don't like you. You're ruining the housing market. And I hate you. I hate you so much. I really do. It is bad if you're charging your tenant / roommates so much that you're just subsidizing your mortgage. Yeah. But I think like you can charge a fair rate. Whatever you think is the rate that pays for, the repairs in that area, or like however many repairs you think you make in the house or the apartment or whatever, like that sort of thing. Yeah, it's fine. Basically, they're just part of the problem for sure. I also don't hate the people with just 2 houses. It's the one that have like 10,000 Airbnbs. Yeah, like I honestly, again, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I think when your intention when you purchase that property is the thing that actually matters to me. That's it. If your intention is to make money, I hate you. If your intention is to live in it, like you bought that property because you want to live in a property that you own, cool. Yeah. My mom is renting a house that was last bought in the 80s for nothing, and they charged $3,000 a month to pay for their other property. Tuh. Tuh. So, anywho. I have a 1876 mortgage, 4-bedroom. I think $500 for a room is fair, but my friends who don't live here think it's insanely cheap. Yeah, I mean, if you have a spare bedroom and you want to lease it out because you're like, I don't need all this fucking space. Here, just pay me whatever I think is a fair share for your utilities. Like, I'll check the utility bill before you moved in and then after you moved in. And here's like, I'll charge you some portion of whatever repairs generally go into this extra unit. That's about it. I don't really care. I'm not trying to milk you for money. I just don't really need this extra space. I really don't need it. There's nothing wrong with that. I refuse to believe there's anything wrong with that. And there are a lot of people who don't want to buy houses. I know people don't believe it, but there are a lot of people that don't want to buy houses. I know for myself, I really like the convenience of having maintenance, like a maintenance staff. I really like it. I love the convenience of just something is wrong. I don't want to fucking deal with it. just going to call my maintenance. Not having to worry about yard work, not having to worry about repairing things, not having to worry about all that fucking shit. So nice. So nice. And there will always be people who exist like that they just don't have the energy to deal with that shit. I think that is fine. That is fine. Yeah. And if you think I'm wrong, and you're like, what are you, a liberal? Oh my God, I'm so smart. I'm such a communist, and you're such a dumb liberal. Brother, do I have to pull up the Vienna housing? Do I have to pull it up again? This is good living.
Imagine living in a city where you can afford beautiful homes.
It's not this one. It's, well, maybe it is that one. Okay, we'll see. I don't remember.
Imagine living in a city where you can afford beautiful homes. A city that combines
Liam,
quality with
gift,
affordability.
Around the world, this idea of a livable city increasingly seems like a pipe dream.
Housing unaffordability is not just a crisis
It's not
for
this
the
video.
United States. You see it in cities as diverse as Caracas, Moscow, Rio de Janeiro.
Not this one.
The UN estimates that despite the pandemic, over 60% of the world's population will live in cities by 2030.
Urbanization is going to keep growing at a tremendous rate. And so we're really going to need to look at how do we build in a manner that's livable, it's affordable.
There is somewhere, though, that seems to be keeping the housing crisis.
It's this
at bay.
one?
The Austrian
Video unavailable. The uploader has made this video not available in your country. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm going to reach out to some VPN companies. I'm reaching out to some fucking VPN companies. I'm mad. I'm mad as hell right now. I'm so mad right now. I'm mad as hell right now. Anyways, if you think that renting should be abolished as a concept, if this video is available in your country or you have a VPN, fucking go watch this video, and it perfectly explains how you can have affordable multi or high density housing, and it's fucking based, centered around communities with lots of facilities available to everyone. And a lower carbon footprint. The problem is American infrastructure is paper-thin walls with no privacy, and all your neighbors are assholes. Every apartment in America provides no privacy. Mine is pretty nice. I think like the walls in mine are like concrete because I don't hear my neighbors. And as far as I know, my neighbors don't hear me. I've like tested it with a friend over, and I told them to just like scream as loud as they could, and I closed the door, and I literally couldn't hear them. A lot of the modern buildings are very good. I'm your neighbor, and we hear every word. The only thing I hear is sometimes my upstairs neighbors walking around. That's it. It's like Hassan reacted. Ooh.
2/3 of its citizens live in subsidised social housing. But in the UK, less than 1 in 10 live in a council house. And not
You're sitting on a pretty high horse, and I envy you for having a job that fulfills you and makes a lot of money. I'm glad you support unfortunate people while I'm drunk and feel sad for myself. Jesus Christ, dude. I can't even say that's a self-report because you're literally reporting on yourself. At least that's more honest than like 90% of the people that come in here and try to couch their desires or envy in a like moralistic position that revolves around a false understanding of ideology. Sorry to hear that though, chatter. I hope you feel better.
Not only that, the quality and style is simply out of this world. So is this what you think of when you think of council housing? This is Alt Erla, a social housing estate on the outskirts of Vienna. It may look like tough, brutalist architecture, but actually, it's humane, caring design of the highest order.
Oh, wow. Look at that. They've even got an indoor swimming pool as well.
They have nurseries, schools, and tennis courts all conveniently on site.
Dude, public housing with
Just
Sorry,
imagine
I want to get to the end of the video.
This is about long-term thinking, allowing people to put down roots, giving them stability. I mean, just imagine if I proposed a high-density council housing estate with loads of swimming pools, indoor and outdoor, clubs, play spaces. I'd be left out of town because everybody would say you couldn't do that.
With 10,000 residents, Alt Erla.
Of course, these are on the outskirts, right? But they also have public transportation, so they can.
But you'd never guess that from the peaceful atmosphere.
Monica.
Hi.
Hi, so nice to see you.
Monica pays the equivalent of £600 a month.
Look at that. That person.
£600 a month.
Back in Harlow, temporary accommodation can give you a quarter of the size for almost the same rent. And with the Viennese having such secure tenancies, there's little temptation to buy. So Monica has no stress of being moved on, which is handy, as her dad.
I think there's a lot of leftists in the United States, and you guys know me. I don't give a fuck about convincing people. Have whatever opinion you want. I don't care. But I think there's a lot of leftists that are so disillusioned with American society and American renting that they can't imagine a world where renting is actually better than owning. They just can't perceive it. They can't imagine it, that universe. And it's because so many people in the United States have experienced such bad renting experiences. When you've experienced good renting experiences, you will never want to buy. Ever. If we had nationalized housing that was actually upkept, why would you ever want to buy? You have people that will come and repair the units. You get to have actual sense of community with your neighbors. You get to use shared facilities like a pool or a jacuzzi or a nursery or a garden or a park. Honestly, as a homeowner, owning is kind of overrated. I'd much rather rent in social housing. I will say, like, the apartment that I'm currently in, I really love my current apartment. Obviously, LA rent, fuck this shit. But I really love my apartment. I looked really, 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 really hard for an apartment that had good management because my last three places that I lived at had such bad management. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. I am not settling until I find a place that has good management. And I fucking found one. And this place is so sick. They host little, besides having good upkeep, if I put in an order, like a work order request or whatever, like my sink isn't working, they will show up the same day. And if the problem is too big or it's too important or whatever, or like the problem is beyond the basic repair people who are here on the site. The problem will get fixed within a week when they reach out to whoever actually produces the sink or whatever, right? Like, it's great. I'm so happy. This is the first time in my life that I've had management that actually gives a fuck. All right? That actually cares to fix these fucking problems. And even if you're like, I don't need someone else to do the work for me. I'm not a lazy fucking socialist like you. I fix the problems myself. First of all, you have no idea how privileged you are to have the time to be able to do that. Okay? Some people are very time short. Some people are very time poor. They don't have the time to fucking... And some people are disabled, and some people don't have enough spoons to do that. To fix every electrical problem that they have, or every plumbing problem that they have, or flooring problem that they have. Okay? Please. Okay? Beyond that. Like, there are problems that I can fix on my own, and I fix those. Okay? And there are problems that I have that I could fix if I was willing to dedicate 4 hours. I don't want to dedicate 4 hours to fixing that problem. Are you kidding me? Also, if I'm renting, why the fuck would I ever fix something? That's why I'm paying for the place. But besides that as well, there's like community facilities. And my complex management, whatever, they host little like get-togethers and stuff where they're like, hey, you know, we have like a little gift wrapping station for this Christmas. If you want to come down and like, you know, do this, it's that we have like a bunch of paper and tape and everything. So you know, feel free to come use the station. Hey, we're having like a little wine night if anyone wants to come by and say hi to neighbors and stuff. And it doesn't matter if you're willing to fix all of your shit yourself. Okay? There is no housing in the United States, like suburban type housing, that actually can build community the way that high density living can. Okay. I feel like a lot of leftists, which I understand because our renting market is fucked up completely, entirely. But I just want to say that there is a world where renting is actually better than owning. That world exists. Very grateful Denims is getting a great experience, but this isn't it. Landlords of any kind need to be removed from our society, small house or otherwise. No. You understand I'm talking about state housing? Yes? We're watching a video on state housing. You can rent without landlords. You know, the word renting doesn't have to involve landlords. I've also had unbelievably shitty experiences renting. I had a place, okay, where there was a hole the size of a human being in my ceiling, and it took them a year to fix it. A year. I promise you, I have experienced bad housing. It's a feature. I've experienced like roach infestations, mice infestations, roof leaking, plumbing that didn't work, air conditioning that didn't work in like 95-degree weather. I've experienced showers that only have 10 minutes of hot water. This is not, I think people wrongfully assume that if you disagree with them on renting, it's because you've been a very privileged person that's only experienced privileged things. This is not the case. This is coming from someone who was dirt poor. I've experienced bed bugs. Like, dude, I have been in the trenches, dude. I've been in the trenches. I promise you. All right. I wish, dude. I wish I've had a nice, easy, privileged life. That would be so sick. Are you kidding me? Oh. Oh my God. I've never experienced bed bugs. Good. I hope none of you ever have to experience that shit. It's some of the worst stuff in your life. Ever. Is bed bugs a poverty thing? I thought everyone had those. The difference is that people with more wealth can easily replace everything. Poor people can't really easily replace everything. Bed bugs are horrifying. It's not a poverty thing. You can get them from movie theaters. You can deal with it easier if you're wealthy. Yep. Yeah. I mean, you can get it anywhere. You can get it at a hotel. You can get it in a fucking plane. Like you can literally anywhere that a bed bug can live, you can get it. Because you just need one to crawl in your fucking backpack or on your clothes and take it home with you. So anyways, I'm extremely biased on this. I've been homeless twice. I get you just want to dunk on me, but what the fuck? I wasn't dunking on you? Huh? Okay. I thought the whole point of chatting in like a chat room is to talk to the streamer and have a conversation with them. That's why I chat in other people's streams. Like I want the streamer to reply to me and I want to have a conversation. You know what I mean? But, okay. Jeez. Anyways, yeah, I want to play this clip and then we can get back to the making fun of Tim Pool.
Hines lives in the block next door.
How long have you lived here? Oh, 40 years. 40 years. 40 years. Amazing. Yes. Why is this place so special?
Because we have everything here. Everything we need.
We have 15 physicians, doctors. We have all the shops.
Groceries, drugstores.
For schools.
For schools.
And you have your own
everything.
TV channel.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
So if there's any pottery classes tonight, we send it and we inform the people. Okay, tonight is...
Okay, I totally see the fucking envy thing. I'm literally mad that they're living in such good circumstances for so cheap because the government has actually done what the government is supposed to do. I'm actually mad. Like, this is fucking bullshit. I say this as someone who literally has a house now, and it's fucking bullshit, okay? No, fuck it, dude. No, I want them to not be in a good situation. Sorry to the 3 people watching me from Vienna. It's
Fuck
fucked
you.
up. Okay? You see so many people fucking suffering here in America. Like so many people fucking suffering here in America. Just like so much. There's such dire circumstances. Now I understand why Americans stay ignorant about the realities of the world, okay?
Oh, yeah. Naomi, thank you for the gift. Lack of retirement and elder care support systems is a huge reason owning a home is pushed. Once you're in retirement age, there's no way to keep paying your rent unless you own a home. Even then, you can still have taxes and insurance. Yeah, and fucking property taxes can be killer. Property taxes can be so killer that you end up having to fucking sell your house or like mortgage it because you just can't afford the property taxes anymore. And the most fucked up thing is, even at like the poorest people in America, they aren't living at bare minimum. They're living below bare minimum. And so when you finally get the ability to start making a little bit more income, it all disappears immediately because you have to play catch up. I've had the privilege to have that I can stream as a career. And so much money that I have made has gone to healthcare. Just shit that I never got. I was too poor to take care of. Like, literally, just all of it is just gone. And it's like, oh, okay. Well, there's like $1,000 for that test and stuff that I need to run. Oh, here's for this checkup. Here's for this blood work. Oh, right. My luxury bones in my mouth. All right. Goodbye, money. It's hard to say bye, but I guess I have to do this eventually. Yay. Great. Oh, I don't have any savings. Nice. Okay, sick. Cool. Or even like...
Hello from Azerbaijan.
Hello. Or even, buying quality products, Being able to afford a nice, like, $70 pair of boots that will last for a few years and actually be comfortable. Oh my God. I spent the last 3 years fixing my teeth because I couldn't afford to remove my wisdom. Yep. The car knows when you got a little extra money, it breaks down. Yep. I also think that property taxes should be progressive and depend on floor area, like income taxes have different brackets. Yeah. But the fact that I can do that now is really cool. But unfortunately, because before I was living on below minimum, now that I get to go up a little bit more, I'm still barely hitting minimum. Because I have to go do all this shit that I was too poor to do. It's like, oh, finally, I get to have quality clothes that last a good long period of time. and quality shoes that last a good period of time. And I get to get all my health care taken care of. And I get to get my teeth taken care of. And I can buy a new pair of glasses for the first time in years. And that's really fucked up. Why doesn't America just do this housing situation? Because why would they? The companies and corporations in America only care about like milking as much money as they can from the lower class. It's not profitable to give people comfortable housing. Or even, for example, having on-site facilities for dryer washer, for a dryer or washer. The amount of time and money you save not having to go to a laundromat. But you're not able to experience that privilege until you have enough money to give upfront for rent. In the long term, it's definitely cheaper. Easily. At the very least, not having to drive and waste gas. And I don't know about you guys, those things are expensive. It's like $7 for like an extra large load. That shit is expensive. $3 hours every week, $25 a week. I really don't miss that. Yeah. Meanwhile, the cost of having, even forget about in your unit. Let's pretend like you don't need it in your unit. I'm just talking about facilities on site. Like you live in a complex and there's a floor that has a bunch of washer dryers and everyone can use them. I'm just talking about that. I'm just talking about the bare minimum. That like you can put your clothes in the washer dryer, go back to your apartment, chill, wait for like an hour and then go back and like pick them up. That's still 10 times more convenient. And like I ran the math, I like did the numbers and it was cheaper to have a washer dryer in unit than it was to go to the laundromat. It was more money to have to go to the laundromat and get my shit done there than the extra money I'm paying towards rent. Too dark. Thank you for the 11 months. Thank you. My last place advertised it as a laundry in building and it wasn't there. So we were walking 10 blocks to a laundromat for like the first month living there while threatening to sue. What the fuck? Lex, thank you so much for the gift sub to Sunny. Thank you. Not to mention the time investment. Oh, yeah. I moved into my own place. I'm paying $7.95. I have my own washer dryer. I feel like a king, but I don't have a car. LOL. Yeah. Yes. I do like the machines they have at the laundromat, mostly the dryers, but it's absolutely worth having a less powerful dryer to have it in-house. Oh, yeah. 100%. Are you fucking kidding me? But that's like a luxury. That's such a luxury. Even just the time alone, even pretend like the cost is exactly the same. Having that extra 3 hours a week. Kagura, thank you for the 29 months. Thanks. So anyways, I just wanted to talk about that really quickly because It is genuinely, I was very upset. I was very upset to see how much of my income has gone, besides taxes, forget about that. How much of my income has gone to just playing catch up on all the stuff I didn't have or couldn't do because I was too poor to do them. And being able to actually enjoy things, being able to enjoy things that should not be luxuries. They should be bare minimums. Audio Atmosphere, thank you. Thank you for the sub. It's expensive being poor. Mm-hmm. So, anywho, that's all. I just wanted to go on that tangent for a little bit. Let's get back to making fun of Tim Pool. That'll be more entertaining than this.
Somebody asked this question. I want to make it absolutely clear. Before Digby came on, I had to give her the talk. Don't be calling for the specific killing of any individuals, and don't get confused by the two weapons I have behind me. That's not what we're about here.
This is not a pro-killing podcast. Or at least it can't be, because we're going to get demonetized, even on Rumble for that, bro.
It's one thing to like allude to the mass killing of leftists in South America in the 70s by throwing them out of helicopters, but don't say actually go kill the human traffickers.
Yes, you
because that's an
can't say
explicit
it.
death threat. I can maybe get by on the throwing people out of helicopters thing if we just say it's a joke or something like that and people don't know what's a reference to.
Also, Tim, keep this in-house. Like, you don't need to do this on air.
This is an off-air discussion.
Except you do need to do it on air.
There's a lot of things bothering you, and you shouldn't even talk about it because I think you're responsible for this.
I probably am in a certain way, but like Tim is the kind of manager, I'd imagine, that doesn't necessarily want to have a conversation that's a little tough. He might need to, have a little bit of bravery for an off-camera discussion, but he probably feels more emboldened when he's on air that he knows
because you're not having real conversations.
Reaction. Yeah.
Who are?
Yeah. This is like the most beta shit. People who don't settle stuff like privately and are doing this shit on air. Oh my, you're so beta.
Slamming me, claiming that it's a big news day and I intentionally took the show down for fake reasons to make money.
Look on that guy's face. He doesn't know how to respond.
No matter what platform we're on, that show would be removed and we would face legal liability. And so the question is, can we have a show if we persist? That show would be deleted and that would be the end of it.
Okay.
So all I can do is say, okay, well, that's it. I tried. We take it down. That's all I can do, I suppose. And so now I get all the flack for it. This is not a fun job.
It's the best job. Have you Les the beanie?
I mean, I could just host my morning show where it's just me and it makes $1 million a year and not have to worry about anybody coming in. I have to worry about employees dumping bacon grease down my drains and clogging up our septic system.
Oh my God,
I don't have to worry about getting swatted 15 times and getting death threats all the time, and then having people accusing me of trying to rip them off to make money because people come on the show and like don't respect the space or whatever. Like, man, it is stressful. I was just talking about how people come in here and they just vape, despite we had like.
I'm so sorry. I hate to do this. Okay, I'm sorry. I just realized that I was complaining 5 minutes ago. And I was complaining about the fact that we don't have healthcare as Americans and that poor people lose so much time to laundry and other bullshit like that. And then the immediate transition, the juxtaposition, the perfect foil of Tim Pool being like, putting bacon grease down my sink. I only make $1 million a year. It's like, oh my God. These jokes write themselves. Oh.
It's wild, dude. It's absolutely fucking wild. Like,
look on that guy's face. He's like,
every week to
Tim's having a meltdown.
And then we get people who come out here and they just don't care about anything we do. And I'm not saying you are. It's just like it builds up on you.
Emma.
And when you are forced to make that difficult decision, it's all my fault. So I'm like, shit, man. I had a conversation with this prominent industry professional, a year ago, and I was like, dude, When I was just doing my morning show, I was a millionaire. Working 6 hours a day, playing video games, going out for pizza, doing a morning podcast that was like number 50 in the world.
You were going out
and then
for
we were
pizza?
like, let's do more. Let's take on the world. Let's fucking build culture. Let's do another
You're playing
show.
a game called capitalism.
Let's go to fucking war. And now all of that money that comes in pays for employees, pays for a building, pays for infrastructure, pays for cool shit. Everyone who's a member.
Cool shit.
Like my salary that I get paid just comes from the morning show for the most part. I say for the most part because there's profit. I'm not going to act like there's not profit.
Right, yeah.
But
my
the amount of
salary
money that we
comes from
generate from memberships.
Pause it for 1
and
second,
from-
just so to be clear. My salary comes from the morning show. Now, of course, I get shareholder distribution.
Skim a little bit off the top, yeah.
Profit. I mean, yeah, to be clear on that. And
that's his compound where they all like the idea that why is an employee putting bacon grease down your damn drain, Tim? It's because everyone's freaking living
Hire a
there.
plumber, dumbass.
Yeah. maybe just have an office space.
He's right. If you've got a septic tank, and really, I mean, largely speaking, first of all, you take the bacon grease and you save it. Okay, you put it in a jar, you save it because it's great with other stuff, but it's only going to last for so long. And then you got to throw it out. You scoop it out with some paper towels, or you take a spoon, you put it into the garbage. You don't put it down there, particularly in the winter, it coagulates. Mm-hmm. All right?
Sure, yeah.
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
we agree about that, but if it happens, that's what the money's for.
But like, also, how do you not know that if you're trying to discard oil? Let's discuss one quick thing though. It is always morally acceptable. Okay, it is completely always morally acceptable to pour oil and grease down your sink if you have a landlord, especially if your landlord's a piece of shit. Then it's extra based. Okay? Fuck that guy. However, if you're not trying to do that, doesn't everybody know you just pour that into like a glass bottle or like a plastic bottle and then you dispose of that? This is not hard. Huh? Some people find it icky. I don't even cook that often. I don't even fry things that often. Or just use paper towels. Bro, literally, just grab a plastic bottle, an old plastic bottle or a can or whatever. Get like a funnel, pour it. That's it. Hi, plumber here. The drains actually love having oil in them. It feels great. Oh.
I mean, this is. Yeah, I mean,
Sam's gonna get
Sam
retired.
doesn't want to do this show anymore.
Do it anymore.
It was so much easier when the majority report was just you, just you. It was so you were happy before you had to expand it to things like the AM Quickie and the merch store.
Live YouTube and then with Twitch. I gotta say, poggers.
Oh,
go ahead, keep going.
Member. Like my salary that I get paid just comes from the morning show for the most part. I say for the most part because there's profit. I'm not going to act like there's not profit.
You're playing a game called capitalism.
The amount of money that we generate from memberships and from all the ad reads that I do does not go to my salary at all. So I quite literally could just stop timcast.com, stop timcast.irl, end all of it, and I'm making the same amount of money.
Can we vote for that?
And so I absorb all of this stress because, I don't know, I'm pissed off at these cocksuckers and people like Joe Biden who are doing all this fucked up shit and burning everything to the ground. But man, it is just so brutal some days. And then you get shit like this where it's like the country is melting down around us, or maybe it's all for show. Maybe it's fake bullshit. Maybe the Texas National Guard.
I got another theory.
I would have sympathy if he's saying like, I'm tired of like being swatted or like my family members being swatted and it's not funny. It is a serious threat to people's lives, especially people who did not consent to being public figures. I would have sympathy for that. As much as I hate Tim Pool, There are very, very few people I think that deserve to have like a fucking gun pointed at them. And definitely your family members don't deserve that shit. You know, like his family members don't deserve to get fucking swatted because of their relation to this fucking idiot. I can have sympathy for that. And I can say that, you know what, man? That fucking sucks. And I feel bad that that's happening to you or your family. But, oh my God, find something better to complain about. Oh my God. Christ. It's so hard platforming Nazis, guys. I used to skateboard with Tim Pool at my local skate park. He was so normal back then. No way. No way. His own family hates him. Doesn't his own sister hate him? His sister, I remember, was talking about how she was going to be homeless very soon online. And Dio, hello, welcome. And she was talking about how she was going to be homeless and her kid were going to be homeless. And she reached out to her brother, Tim Pool, and said, you know, I would appreciate if you could help me out. I don't want to be homeless and have me and my kid on the street. And he said, well, you can come live here, but I'm not giving you money. Just uproot your entire life and live under my thumb. The guy's a literal millionaire and he doesn't even get pussy. So there's no way he's spending this money on like luxurious dates. He has no one to go with other than his right hand. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my God. I have family members that like, my relationship with them is pretty bad, but it is what it is. If any of them reached out to me and needed help financially, and I was a literal millionaire, I would give them help. Are you fucking kidding me? Changing my name to Tim Pool's right hand. Don't ever do something like that to yourself, bro. Fucking weird, man.
Maybe you're melting down and the rest of the country is, you know, just things are happening.
He seems quite concerned about legal liability right now.
God knows. Who knows?
I mean, you don't want people saying reckless things on your program. I mean, you don't want, or things that are verifiably like untrue, or like calling someone, you know, a pedophile, or calling for the killing of someone individually.
He shoots from the hip, and he says some crazy things that I wouldn't feel comfortable saying. But you know,
we're not Timcast.
No.
We're not Timcast, and I don't have Sush.
This is why Oscar Wilde was a socialist. He wrote in The Soul of Man under Socialism, property not merely has duties, but has so many duties that its possession to any large extent is a bore. It involves endless claims upon one, endless attention to business, endless bother. If property had simply pleasures, we could stand it, but its duties make it unbearable. In the interest of the rich, we must get rid of it. And I think we can all agree with that.
All right, let's. And then you get shit like this where it's like the country is melting down around us, or maybe it's all for show. Maybe it's fake bullshit. Maybe the Texas National Guard is only fucking around to put on a show to make it seem like they're actually doing something so that people in this country don't rip their heads off. I mean, Brian Kemp certainly didn't do anything to oppose the Biden administration.
That's
when
a real
fucking
thing.
around with the elections. Well, so why would we trust him now?
That's the problem. Pretending to do something.
Yeah, okay. Now that dude is like, let's change the subject. Let's change the subject because that is really something. That is really something there. It's Friday, folks. I mean, we can spend a little time just mocking, you know, and listen, I want you to also know, I should just say, we are efforting That's what we call it in the biz. I spoke to a major industry player who said, when you're trying to get a guest on, you're efforting. We're efforting trying to get Tim Heidecker on just because of his journalism that he did last week regarding Tim's emergency evacuation of his studio to evacuate.
Yeah.
But that is, but yes. And for people who are accusing us for putting Tim through our whiny filter, we did not do that.
No, that's just his natural voice.
But he doesn't sound like, honestly, I mean, not very based of him, Tim Pool, to be worried about monetization and these kinds of things. I thought he cared about free speech. And yet, it always comes down to the bottom line. I guess that's the case.
He could just be playing video games and making $1 million talking about Jussie Smollett, but, you know.
But he has, like, the weight of the world on his shoulders.
I'm in favor of that.
Yeah, no, take it easy, Tim. Let, you know, Moonlord or whatever take over the compound. And
Well, I'm sorry that he's not feeling great these days.
Yeah. Well, I had crocodile sentiments coming from you. Totally crocodile sentiments. We all know. We all know that you're not.
That's true.
You go through the trouble of extending hospitality out to people, and they just laugh at you.
I didn't respect the space.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. I won't lie, though. I have to be honest with all of you. I've been keeping something from you guys. You can't trust my opinion if Emma is on the screen because I'm always going to agree with her because I'm a simp. I just wanted to be honest with you guys. Okay?